Hello and welcome to a new episode from Tech Talk. Technology and innovations are key to the progress of nations and civilizations in the near future. And with the changes in the world is going through, such as the pandemic, climate change, and others, technological innovations and solutions are playing a vital role to solve any crisis around the world. Technology Innovation Institute is the applied research arm of the Advanced Technology Research Council in Abu Dhabi, aims to emerge globally in the field of research, innovation, and advanced technology to reach the latest practical discoveries and technological innovations for a better world. To talk more about the subject, we have with us in the studio the Chief Executive of TII, Dr. Ray Johnson. Thank you for being with us in the studio.
Thank you so much.
So let's start with TII's Discovery, Science, and Technological Transformative Solutions. Can you tell us more about it?
I'd love to. First of all, TII is celebrating about its first year anniversary. And in that first year, we've had made a lot of progress. We have approximately 400 researchers now in 7 centers, and over 100 Emiratis are also in the center. We're really working at the intersection of discovery, science, and technology to create solutions to solve problems that the world is facing. Some of the recent firsts that we've had during this first year are, number one, our first crypto library that's been released, which will help protect the nation's secrets. Number two, we have developed a post-quantum cryptography library, which will protect information after quantum computers come along. We've also started working on the region's first quantum computer.
Right. And what are the research focus areas that TII is covering?
So as I mentioned, quantum computing is one, directed energy, autonomous robotics, crypto, advanced materials, and then in the device security area, we have system security and device security. Both are important in this world that we live in, which is electronically connecting us all.
Right. And what are the sectors that stand to benefit the most from TII's solutions, in your opinion?
We really like to work across sectors. And so we think about safety and security, we think about transportation. Other sectors really are trying to work on the problems that are of national interest to the country. And so those sectors are very broad. Our applications, take material science, for example. Material science spans a broad array from metamaterials to nanomaterials to 3D printing, and it has a number of both civil and military applications.
And what about the innovations that are expected from TII?
We're expecting a number of innovations to come out. In addition to those that I mentioned, we currently have over 70 research agreements in place across global universities. And our researchers are working with these researchers to develop solutions to future-proof the world. And so what you're going to see, in addition to the announcements that I made here, you're going to see additional announcements that come out over the next year that are going to help solve the current problems and future problems.
So this complex is also home to the Arab region's first quantum computer. Can you share with us more about it?
I'd love to. So quantum computing is going to revolutionize computing. Instead of thinking about a binary situation where we have ones and zeros, you're going to have an infinite number of combinations. And this infinite number of combinations allows us to solve problems that heretofore we couldn't even think about solving. It solves problems in a very different way. And so by using characteristics of quantum mechanics that generally occur only at the atomic and molecular level, by making things super cold down to 17 millikelvin, we're actually able to capture these effects in a macro sense in the quantum computer. And so the quantum computer, it works on qubits. And these qubits, instead of binary digits, they are quantum digits. And so, as I say, they can take on any number of combinations. This will allow us to solve problems in machine learning. And so one of the problems with machine learning is training. So we can use the quantum computer to help us with that training, so we don't have to have as much data and information to train these algorithms. Right. The next thing is in capturing the very essence of the quantum computer, using the quantum nature of the computer that can help simulate problems in material science and in chemistry to help us think about future problems like drug discovery, and the third area is optimization. And so optimization, I just read an article the other day and heard a story about what we could do if we could optimize airline routes.
Right.
And we could save fuel, increase passenger comfort by staying in the plane for a shorter period of time.
Yes.
And so that optimization of not only the routes, I also read an article about how do you deliver packages in the most efficient way? Sustainability. Sustainability is super important. So how do we achieve sustainability through optimization? Those are some of the things that the quantum computer will be able to do.
And how is TII introducing young people to the world of scientific research and technology research in the field?
Well, as we know, innovation is important to solve the world's problems. And innovation largely is supported by STEM education, science, technology, engineering, and math. And we also know that it's important for the region to raise its level of capability in STEM degrees. And so what we're doing is we're working through a program that is educating over 100 Emiratis, sending them to global universities where they're being educated by the world's best. They'll come back here and then bring that knowledge and capability, and think of that as kind of a virtuous cycle. The virtuous cycle where we educate the best and the brightest, they come back here, they create jobs, they develop innovations, then that, because this gets more people interested in science, technology, engineering, and math, and it creates this ecosystem that will continue to grow.
Very impressive. So knowing that this kind of technology needs a very strong infrastructure, do you believe that the necessary infrastructure exists here?
The infrastructure starts at the top, and I'm happy to say that the leadership is supporting innovation in a big way. They understand the importance of innovation, they understand the importance of research in developing these innovative solutions, and so we have had fantastic support both in terms of the resources, the people, the laboratory structure. So yes, it's been fantastic, and we couldn't ask for a better environment.
Amazing. So the pandemic, as we know it, hit many sectors. How did TII face these challenges?
So everybody's online, right? So we're all going online. And so we know that digitization of the world really got advanced, some people say by as much as a decade, certainly by a number of years. And so a number of our centers are focused on protecting digital information. So for us, it actually, as I said, the system security and the device security, it actually has accelerated our ability to develop solutions that are needed in the world today. And so on a supply chain issue, we haven't experienced some of the problems that others have had in the supply chain.
So Dr. Johnson, you moved to the Middle East, right? And you have been exposed to different talents and different people. So can you tell us more about the business environment?
Having come from an organization, Lockheed Martin Corporation, that had 70,000 engineers and scientists working in it, I'm used to working with the best and the brightest around the world. And I'm happy to say that when I got here, the quality of the people, which is the most important thing about research, the quality of the people, second to none. I couldn't ask for a better group of people, and we are really able to, what's happened over the last year, we have been able to attract the best and brightest from around the world. This will not be an institute that becomes nationalized. This will always be a global institute where we're able to attract the best and the brightest. And then those people working with the global institutes and universities that I talked about form an ecosystem that's unbeatable.
So about the growth, the future plans and growth for TII, can you tell us also more about it?
We have been very successful in the last year. We plan to continue that growth and development as we have and continue to work on problems of interest. And I will say that over the next year, over the next few years, you're going to see a continuing set of outcome-based research outcomes that are going to support the solution of problems that you and I face every day.
So you also mentioned earlier that the pandemic, we were talking about how it affected many sectors and how it affected TII. And you also mentioned the research, aspects of TII. What do you think is the future going to be? What is the subject or the topic that people are going to be more interested about to, learn more or work on more at TII?
So I think if you think about the topical things that people are thinking about today, I mentioned the fact that people are now online all the time, and so digital security, we think of this as kind of all of your devices increase the surface area of attack. And so we need to do more to protect that surface area of attack. And so the digital security area is very important. You also can't pick up a newspaper or magazine without reading something about drones. whether this is Amazon with drone delivery or it's nation states using drones for other things. So autonomy and drones are also super important. So I think we're going to see our work in those areas as applying very directly to problems that people are facing and opportunities that they don't even know exist today.
So regarding the young people, are there certain criteria that they have to, meet so they can be part of TII?
So we like to attract people who have a good background in science, technology, engineering, and math. So the STEM sciences, the STEM area. And that area is important because innovation is largely driven by science, technology, engineering, and math. And so we bring people in who have done very well in their education in this area, and then we send them through a program to global universities to get top-notch education in the best universities around the world. Then they come back here and share that knowledge, whether they work in a research institute like TII or whether they go to a university. It really raises the bar of capabilities, and then they can help educate that next generation of students within the UAE.
In the end, is there anything that you would like to add regarding TII's, most recent innovations that are coming up?
I'm super proud to be and honored to be the Chief Executive Officer of Technology Innovation Institute. It is going to help the UAE create the knowledge economy by working on innovative solutions that solve the nation's and the world's problems.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Ray Johnson, for being with us in the studio, Chief Executive of TII, for these insightful information.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Thank you for being with us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone, for watching to another episode from Tech Talk. Goodbye.